What's going on, everybody? This is David here from Lucas Videos and Collectibles, and today this is a very special video for me because I just recently received my Jurassic Park Command Compound Center, and I waited 25 years to finally be able to purchase one of these. And this is very emotional for me because of the fact that growing up I was a huge Jurassic Park fan, and I don't ever recall owning any merchandise besides just the VHS and magazines and books and things like that. But as far as figures go, I don't think I've ever owned not one single toy, when this thing came out. But I finally have it in my hands, in my home, and in my collection after 25 years, because this is probably the single greatest playset ever that came out in the 90s, and it's a biggin'. And look how huge this thing's covering up my whole coffee table. And I was able to get this fairly cheap from my good friend Cody, and I've known Cody for a few years now, and we've made a lot of trades together in the beginning of our friendship. And he's hooked me up a whole lot with a lot of things. He's probably one of the second biggest supporter of my collection, and besides my best friend Daryl, Cody's also been partly responsible, for building up my Kenner collection when it comes to Predators, Aliens, and Congo, and Jurassic Park, and he messaged me and said, "Hey, I am going to sell my Command Compound. It's yours if you're interested." And I was just like, at the time, I was like, "Cody, I can't afford something like that. That thing's big and it's expensive." He's like, "No, I'll cut you a deal on it." And he did. So he waited patiently till I was able to gather up the money for it. And PayPal'd him. And here a few months later, it took him a while to send it to me because, one, it's a big piece of playset, and shipping can cost a lot. So I was patient with him, he was patient with me, and finally I finally received this a few days ago, and I was super excited because of the fact that I had to work that night. It was my second day back to work after recovering from the flu, and I spent hours putting this thing together and playing with it, and setting my figures up in it, and just having a good old time. And I had to remind myself I got to go to sleep to go to work because it was a distraction. And so but yeah, I was able to set it up on this coffee table, and I didn't realize how huge it was until I finally got it set and done. So, with that being said, like I said, this is a very sentimental piece for me, and it's just incredible that I get to own this thing finally. Like I said, 25 years later, and this is probably the single biggest thing I've owned so far. I've owned a lot. I have a lot of stuff, and I have a lot of big pieces when it comes to vehicles and figures and things like that. But this takes the cake, and I'm just very proud and happy to to finally to have this. So enough with the talk. Let's take a look at this thing, because this thing is incredible. It's massive, and I have a few figures out that I want to put in the pen so you can get an idea of what the scale is like and everything. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get cracking on it. First off, you can tell how wide this thing is and how it covers up pretty much almost hanging off the table and whatnot. So it comes with 6 fences, and it takes up a lot of room, those 6 fences. I was originally going to take away 2 of them just to kind of scale it down some, But I thought, nah, what's a review video if there isn't the whole set, you know? So I just left it in there. I left it as is. So, but yeah, it pretty much eats up the whole table, you know? And let's go ahead and look at the front of it. All right, now the front of the playset, you get the classic, iconic Jurassic Park gate, and it comes with a lot of decals, and luckily, a lot of these decals were still intact and in great condition. So I just really love the bright orange reddish Jurassic Park with the yellow outline, and it's just such a classic for me. And it comes with these two pieces, but Cody had an extra set, so yeah, I really came with two satellites and two guns, and I just put them on the outside just to have them displayed. And up here, you can see it's got the plastic flames, the classic flames and everything. And I've even seen people do customs where, excuse me, where they would put light bulbs in there and it would light up. Sorry about this. But back here, it comes with a piece of wood. I'm actually missing the other half, which is okay. That's fine. It's not really that aesthetic, the pressing need that I have, because all it does is just holds the doors together. So eventually I'll probably get the second half if I find a good piece or price on it. So that being said, these doors open and it's big enough to where you can drive a vehicle in there, through there and stuff, and have your dinosaurs go in and out. So it's really cool. I really like it. So let's go ahead and put the piece of wood back on here. Yeah, well, we'll do it later. So, but next up, we have this gun right here, and it's really neat. And it's the only thing that that actually fires, as far as missiles and guns go, that come with the set. So you got this nice blue stand, gray outer piece, blue missile, and you got this bright orange button. And so yeah, very nice detailed. I wish they added the little love or paint, you know, on the gun itself. So, and it fires too. It fires pretty good. So, so there you go. There you have it. Let me go back in the front so you can see these other equipment that came with it. So right here we've got the satellite. So I guess you could use this as a tracking device to locate where all your dinosaurs are. Big solid piece of blue plastic. Nice little details. And also it comes with this. And there's also another piece of big blue piece of plastic. And you know, it doesn't move at all. You know, it doesn't have a swivel or anything. So you got to be careful with the end pieces, because as you can tell, it can warp depending on what you do with them. So, but yeah, you can use these on the outside. You can put these up anywhere. These the satellite and everything anywhere you want to. So let's go ahead and look at the next piece. Next up, we got this net launcher, and it's a big old hunk of piece of plastic that's got some decals on it, and the net. Let me take the net off real quick. And says danger, And it's got nice little stickers on there. And stands right there. And this thing is really huge. You can actually set your figure right there where it has little pegs right there. And and here is the net. So I like when when Kenner makes nets like these, because they actually come in good use. You set it right there, and let's see. Oop, there it goes. So it shoots pretty far. So yeah, so you'd be able to capture all your dinosaurs and stuff like that with it. Okay, let's go ahead and move to the main centerpiece. Okay, so here's the actual compound center, which is really big. And you noticed earlier I couldn't fit the whole thing in the camera. So this thing is really cool. And it's got a lot of dino damage pieces where you can like crash your dinosaurs and make them eat the compound. So you want to start from the top. There's the iconic top of it with all the grass and stuff. Look how nicely detailed they layered this thing is. And this thing comes right off. You know, you can easily take it off and on and off. And here is where all your figures can stand on top. And there's the classic JP door. And this comes off. You know, you can crash your dinosaurs in here and things like that. So, and this is the dino damage that can come off here as well. So this is really cool. And here you got the skeletons that are detailed on the side of it. Love the detail of the skeletons. And there's the inside. And you come down here, you can literally, this thing can literally break away. I think, well, sorry about this. I'm having a hard time breaking this thing away. There we go. There we go. So yes, this is the dino damage. You can have your dinosaurs crash on the inside and break through this wall and everything. And once you clip this thing on, it can be tough to get off. And also the last dinosaur damage piece right here is this thing right here. So you can always have your T-Rex or something, you know, crash into this thing. So it comes apart as well. All right, let's go ahead and take a look on the inside. All right, here's the inside of the compound. You can stash a couple of figures up here. You know, you can see all the little computer gadgets and first aid kit and so forth. So it's really, really neat. Nicely detailed, the round circle and everything. And oh, got a Godzilla sighting. And down here is where the door opens up, where you can like bust your dinosaurs through there or something like that. And inside here is the inside of the compound, the main floor. And really nice detail on the inside of it. Really cool. Really neat. And this right here is a gun that they can hold on to. And it also has a button on the side that can make the electronic shock. I don't have the batteries in this thing yet because once I turn it on, it doesn't shut up at all. So it's just really annoying, especially when you're trying to do a review and this thing kind of doesn't want to talk over you. So maybe in another video I can just do this thing alone and we just go through all the different sounds if you're interested in that. If not, that's okay. It's not really that important because it has this very 80 or not 80. Well, it claims it has 100 sounds and voices, but uh, I doubt it even goes that high because I think it only does maybe like a dozen, if that. But over here, this is a egg hatchery, and this thing can be very hard to complete if you're trying to buy it in pieces. And these eggs go for a ton of money on eBay. So this is the egg hatchery, and it's very cool, very cool. So technically, this thing is about 98% complete because I say that because I'm missing that other half of that piece of wood. But other than that, everything's still here. So yeah, this is the inside of the compound. Let's go ahead and set some figures up and dinosaurs up and kind of get an idea where what can hold and what's playable and everything like that. All right, first up in the pen, we got my 1988 T-Rex from the Dino Riders line. Fortunately, I don't have any of the vintage T-Rex from the JP line. I've never owned the Red Rex or Thrasher or Bull T-Rex or any of that because they're fairly expensive. They go for at least about $80 to $100 or more, in the secondary market. So, so I was able to get this T-Rex fairly cheap. So it goes in scale with it. It looks good, and you can also use this T-Rex for your Land of the Lost toy line, which that might be a toy line that I might show off in a future video or installment. But yeah, it'd be a good Scarface from Land of the Lost. So as you can tell, I set up Dr. Grant and Dr. Sadler and Tim Murphy, and up here we got the mischievous Dennis Nedry. And back here I set up Robert Muldoon manning the controls, and we got Ian Malcolm looking at the hatchery. Next up we got the Warrior Bug from the Starship Troopers line from Galoob. And yeah, it goes in scale. I mean, it's big enough. And yeah, you can. I doubt this pen would hold this thing because it will munch right through it, and destroy it to shreds. But yeah, it's in scale. It's got tons of playability in this thing. Up next, we got some smaller Dino Rider dinosaurs, and we have a Jurassic Park raptor from the Dinosaur JP line. And yeah, it goes in scale. Got playable, play compatibility. So I really like how the Dino Rider Raptor and the JP Raptors, they look good together. They go in scale. It's perfect. And if you wanted to have monkeys in your pen, the Congo Kenner line goes compatible, but I'm pretty sure these monkeys will escape. And if you wanted to raise baby Godzillas from the 1988 Trendmasters toy line, they go compatible with the JP compound set. Yeah, I mean, they're babies, so be fun things to play with and raise. And if you wanted to add extra protection to your command compound, you could always hire Ripley and Hicks, and the rest of the alien team, protect the compound from all your dinosaur attacks. And last but not least, the last size comparison that is I'm about to say 1994, but the 2014 Jakks Pacific 24-inch Godzilla. Yeah, I think Godzilla would win this one out. And the last thing, before I wrap up this video, I wanted to show you these things that Cody included in the command compound set. He didn't have to do this, you know. I was going to, originally was planning on picking these up later on down the line, and he told me he included all the human figures that he had left, and he threw them in there, which was very surprising to me, and very blessed to receive these. And this pretty much ups my human figure collection, because I got a ton of them, a couple of duplicates here and there, and I'm trying to collect them all. And none of these figures are complete. Only a handful of them, like a couple of them came with a few accessories, but nothing that was actually complete 100%. So trying to complete these things will be a difficult task, as it is already, to get your hands on these that are complete, because they go for quite a few dollars, and finding accessories to go with along with the the human figures can be a very hard task. And because these things are like 20 years old, 25 years old, and to be able to find accessories, people lose them and stuff. So, but I'm just happy to have these in my collection, regardless, complete or not. And let's go ahead and go over these real quick. This section right here, I have the complete Series 1. I say complete, but I have all the human figures from Series 1, and then one from Series 2, which Series 2 would be Ian Malcolm. Series 1 is Tim Murphy, Ellie Sadler, Dr. Alan Grant, Robert Muldoon, and Dennis Nedry. And over here we got several dino trackers and stuff, and some are from The Lost World and some are from the Jurassic Park line. And the reason why they included these dino trackers is just to have a little extra to it, because there's only so many humans that they make from the cast, though they missed out on a few, which they could have used instead of making these guys. But I like these guys. These are good army builders. You can't have enough dino trackers and stuff like that. So I don't know the names of these guys except for the one in the back with the hat, T-Rex Turner. I don't remember his name. I have it in my head, but I just don't remember who it was or what his name is. But that guy in the back, he's from The Lost World. And over here is probably the coolest human figures of the entire Jurassic Park line, in my opinion, are the Evil Raiders. Dr. Snare and Skinner. Yeah, I think that's Dr. Snare and that's Skinner. I think that's his name, Skinner. And he even had the Evil Raider bike, which is complete, and which is so cool. And this is so awesome. These two guys, these are very difficult to get a hold of. These can cost you between $40 to $50 complete, and $30 to $40 loose, And yeah, guys, this is the conclusion of my Jurassic Park video, and or my compound. And I want to thank y'all for taking the time to check this out. And I try to cut it down as much as possible because I didn't want to spend too much time on it, because there are tons of reviews. Well, I wouldn't say tons, but there are a few reviews on the Command Compound Center that's way better than mine, because this is my first time really trying to get into toy action reviews. But anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed the video as much as I did making it. If you're new, please sub and hit the notification bell so that way you can receive all the videos as I upload. And comment down below if you had the Command Compound growing up, or if you still have it, or you're still looking for it. And if you have any of these figures in front of you, let me know if you still have those or whatnot. And if you haven't check out my last couple of videos that I did. The last video I did was a $20 challenge from a Facebook group called Toy Savages.
And check out that video, and also check out my last action figure review, the 1988 Kenner RoboCop Series 1, as I review that entire series right there, the human figures that is. And also check out the awesome trade that I made with my good friend and fellow YouTuber, the Tattoo Toy Hunter. And I will catch you guys later.